You know what your problem is? You still believe in people. You still think they didn't mean it. That maybe, just maybe, they didn't know what they were doing when they crossed that line the first time. But I've got news for you, kid. They knew. They always knew. And if they did it once, they'll do it again. You want to sit there and tell yourself they regret it? That they've changed? That somehow, by some miracle, they suddenly woke up with a conscience? The only thing that changed is you. You got weaker. You got softer. You started making excuses for the same people who wouldn't hesitate to slit your throat if it meant saving their own skin. Let me explain something to you. People don't just accidentally betray you. No one trips and falls into backstabbing. No one accidentally breaks you, shatters your trust, and leaves you bleeding in the dirt. That takes intent. That takes effort. And do you really think someone who put that kind of effort into hurting you is just gonna wake up one day and say, "Oh, I feel bad now"? No, kid. Regret is a luxury for those who have a soul to begin with. And those people, the ones who played you, lied to you, smiled in your face while they plotted behind your back, they never had one. You ever hear a snake apologize for biting? No, you want to know why? Because that's what snakes do. It's in their nature. And the biggest mistake you ever made was thinking they were something else. Thinking they were better. Thinking that just because you wouldn't do it to them, they wouldn't do it to you. But that's the thing about weak hearts in a cruel world. They always assume everyone else plays by the same rules. But let me tell you something, sweetheart. There are no rules. See, you keep wondering why they did it. You replay the betrayal in your head over and over again, looking for something, anything that makes sense. Maybe you weren't good enough. Maybe you should have tried harder. Maybe, just maybe, it was your fault. That's the lie they want you to believe. Because the second you start thinking you're the problem, you stop seeing them for what they really are. And that's how they win. That's how they get to do it again. I want you to listen to me very carefully, because this part's important. You don't owe anyone an explanation for cutting them off. You don't owe them a second chance. You don't owe them your forgiveness. You think walking away makes you heartless? No, it makes you smart. Because the second you let them back in, the second you hand them the knife again, they will use it. And this time, they'll make sure you don't get back up. Let me tell you how people work. The first time they cross that line, they test you. They watch. They wait. They want to see what you'll do. Will you fight back? Will you set them straight? Or will you hesitate? Just for a moment. That moment of hesitation is all they need. Because if they can get away with it once, they know they can do it again. And every time after that, it gets easier. The lie gets smoother. The excuses sound sweeter. Before you know it, you're standing in the middle of the wreckage wondering how you let it happen again. But I'll tell you why. It's because you let them convince you that you needed them. That somehow, without them, you'd be nothing. That's the trick, see? That's the magic act. They break you just enough to make you think you can't stand without them. And then they stand back and watch you beg for the same pain they gave you. It's sick, it's twisted, but it works. And do you know why it works? Because you let it. Because you keep seeing the best in people who've already shown you the worst in them. Stop. Stop hoping. Stop waiting. Stop thinking that one day they're gonna wake up and realize what they did to you. They won't. They don't lose sleep over it. They don't lay awake at night, drowning in regret. No, that's your job. That's your punishment for being too trusting, too kind, too human. And they move on. They find their next victim. They sharpen their knives. And if you let them, they'll come back to you when they run out of new toys to break. So what are you gonna do? Sit there and let it happen? Let them back in? Hand them the blade and hope that this time, maybe this time, they won't use it? Or are you gonna wake up? Are you gonna stand up, look them in the eyes and say, never again? Because that's the thing, kid. The moment you decide you've had enough, the moment you stop making excuses, stop giving chances, stop letting them play you like a puppet, that's the moment you win. Because they need you to be weak. They need you to doubt yourself. They need you to stay broken. Because if you don't, if you actually heal, if you actually walk away, then they lose their power over you. And nothing terrifies them more than a person they can no longer control. So remember this, they did it once, they'll do it again. And the only thing standing between you and another knife in the back is your ability to finally say, enough. You want to know what separates the strong from the weak. The strong learn. They don't just get burned and cry about it. They remember the fire. They don't stick their hand back in the flames and hope it won't hurt the second time. No, they adapt. They change. They become something else. But you're still standing in the same fire, hoping it'll turn into a warm embrace. It won't. Let me tell you something about pain. It's a lesson, not a life sentence. But only if you're smart enough to learn from it. Only if you're willing to stop lying to yourself. Only if you stop pretending that people who chose to hurt you deserve another opportunity to do it again. See, I know why you struggle. I know why you hesitate. Because deep down, you don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to accept that some people are just bad, that they'll never change, that no matter how much love you pour into them, they'll never be anything more than what they are. Users, liars, betrayers. You think if you just love them enough, if you just give them another chance, maybe they'll see your worth. But they won't. Because the truth is, They already saw your worth, and they exploited it. They used it against you, and they will do it again. You don't want to believe me? Fine. Go ahead. Give them another chance. Let them back in. Watch how quickly they go right back to their old ways. Watch how easily they slip into the same patterns, the same manipulation, the same empty apologies and crocodile tears. And when it happens, when they betray you again, don't act surprised. Don't sit there and say, I never thought they'd do it again. Because deep down, you knew. You always knew. But you chose to ignore the signs. You chose to believe the lie because it was easier than facing the truth. And that's the real reason you keep getting hurt. It's not because they're so clever or so good at fooling you. No. It's because you refuse to let yourself see them for what they are. You keep painting devils as angels and wondering why your heaven keeps turning into hell. You keep picking up broken glass and wondering why your hands keep bleeding. You keep handing people the same knife they used to stab you and expecting a hug in return. Wake up. I want you to think about something. If a person really regretted hurting you, would they have done it in the first place? Regret isn't something that magically appears after they've already destroyed you. It's either there before they act, or it never existed at all. People don't suddenly wake up one day and feel bad for the damage they caused. No. What they feel bad about is losing their control over you. They don't miss you. They miss what they could take from you. They don't regret their actions. They regret that you finally started seeing through them. And that's why they come back. That's why they beg, why they cry, why they suddenly act like they care. Not because they're sorry, but because they're afraid. Afraid that they won't find another fool like you. Afraid that the supply they were leeching off is about to run dry. Afraid that for the first time, you're done playing their game. So let me ask you, are you? Are you done? Are you finally ready to walk away? Or are you still clinging to the fantasy that this time, it'll be different? Let me save you the suspense. It won't. It never is. The only thing that changes is how much deeper they cut the next time around. And trust me, they will cut deeper. They'll make sure this time you don't get up. Because the worst thing you can do to someone like that is show them that their games don't work on you anymore. That's when they get dangerous. That's when they try to break you beyond repair. And if you let them back in, if you open that door even a fraction, they will walk through it with a hammer, ready to smash whatever's left of you into dust. And that's on you. Because this time, you won't be able to say, you didn't see it coming. You won't be able to claim ignorance. You won't be able to play the victim. Because now, you know better. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit there, making excuses for the same people who wouldn't hesitate to leave you in ruins? Are you gonna keep breaking yourself, just to make them comfortable? Are you going to let them keep feeding off your kindness like parasites until there's nothing left of you but a hollow shell? Or are you going to stand up? Are you going to cut them off? Are you going to walk away and never look back? Because let me tell you, the second you finally decide to be done, the second you stop waiting for an apology that'll never come, that's the second you start winning. That's the second you take back your power. Because the truth is, the moment they crossed that line the first time, they made their choice. And now, you make yours. So decide. Are you going to keep playing the fool? Or are you finally going to say, enough is enough? Enough is enough. That's the phrase you need to tattoo into your mind. Burn it into your soul. Let it echo in your chest. Every time you feel that weak little urge to forgive them, to open the door just a crack, to let them crawl back in with their same tired apologies. You have to remember, when they hurt you, they weren't sorry. Not then. Not when they made the choice to cross that line. Not when they watched the life drain out of your eyes. Not when they walked away like you were nothing but a loose end to be tied up. That's what you were to them. An option. A tool. Something they could use when they needed you and discard when they didn't. They didn't see you as a person with a heart, with loyalty, with love to give. No, they saw you as an opportunity, a resource. And when they bled you dry, they moved on without a second thought. That's the truth, and I need you to let it sink in. No sugarcoating, no excuses, no pretending they were just going through something or that they didn't know better. They knew. They always knew. And they did it anyway. That's what makes it unforgivable, because it wasn't an accident. It wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a decision. They decided to betray you. They decided to take advantage of you. And the only thing stopping them from doing it again is you. But see, that's the part you keep getting wrong. You keep thinking, if you just explain yourself better, if you just show them how much they hurt you, if you just love them enough, they'll finally understand. That they'll wake up and feel guilty. But let me tell you something. People like that, they don't feel guilt. They feel entitlement. They feel like they deserve another chance. Like you owe them the privilege of being in your life after they proved they didn't deserve it. And the second you start bending, the second you start entertaining their sob stories and fake remorse, you've already lost. Because now they know they can get away with it. Now they know you're still weak. And that's the difference between people like you and people like them. You have a heart. You have a conscience. You care. But them, they only care about what they can take. And the worst part, they know you care. They know you still want to believe in them. And they will use that against you every single time. You ever notice how they only show remorse when they start losing their grip on you? How they suddenly turn into the most apologetic, self-reflective person the moment you threaten to walk away? That's not regret. That's damage control. That's them realizing their supply is about to run out and scrambling to keep you on their leash just a little longer. And you fall for it. Every single time. But tell me something. What has it gotten you? Where has all that forgiveness led you? Are you happy? Are you at peace? Or are you sitting there drained, exhausted, wondering why you feel like a shell of yourself? Because that's what happens when you keep giving to people who only take. They don't just hurt you, they deplete you. They hollow you out until you don't even recognize yourself anymore. And the worst part? They don't care. They never did. So stop. Stop waiting for them to wake up. Stop hoping for an apology that will never come. Stop letting them string you along with their half-hearted promises and empty words, because words mean nothing without action. And what have their actions shown you? What have they proven to you? That they're sorry? That they've changed? No. They've only proven that they know how to manipulate you. That they know what to say, what to do, how to twist the knife just right so that you'll keep crawling back. And as long as you keep coming back, they'll keep playing the same game. The only way to win? Stop playing. Cut them off. Not just physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Rip them out of your mind like a parasite that's been feeding on you for too long, because that's exactly what they are. A parasite. They don't add anything to your life. They don't bring you peace or love or security, number. They bring you pain, uncertainty, and chaos. They make you question yourself. They make you doubt your worth. They make you think you're the problem, when in reality, the only problem was that you let them stay in your life for far too long. And don't you dare feel guilty about walking away. Don't you dare let them make you feel like you're the bad guy for choosing yourself for once. Because that's what they'll do. They'll call you selfish. They'll call you heartless. They'll say you're overreacting, that you're being dramatic, that you should just let it go. But you know what I say? Let it go. Let them go. Let them go so far from your life that they don't even exist in your world anymore. Because people like that, they don't deserve access to you. They don't deserve your time, your love, your loyalty. They forfeited that the moment they chose to betray you. And I don't care who they are, friend, family, lover, it doesn't matter. Betrayal is betrayal. And once someone shows you what they're capable of, believe them. Don't make the mistake of thinking you can fix them. You're not their savior. You're not responsible for their brokenness. And it is not your job to keep setting yourself on fire just to keep them warm. So here's the truth, the ugly, unfiltered truth. You have two choices. Keep letting them back in. keep making excuses, keep breaking your own heart just to keep them in your life, or walk away. And when I say walk away, I mean really walk away. No lingering, no second chances, no checking up on them to see if they're doing okay. They didn't care when they left you bleeding, so why should you care how they're doing now? And if you think cutting them off is cruel, then let me remind you of something. They weren't kind to you. They weren't gentle with your heart. They weren't careful with your trust. So why should you be soft with them? They made their choice. Now make yours. Because if they cross that line once, they'll do it again. And the only question left is, are you gonna let them? You wanna know the hardest truth of all? The one that cuts deeper than any betrayal? Deeper than any lie? Deeper than the cold realization that you meant nothing to them? It's this: you let it happen. I know. That stings, doesn't it? You don't want to hear that. You want to believe you were powerless, that you were just a victim, that you didn't have a choice, but you did. You always did. And that's what makes it hurt even more. Because deep down, you saw the signs. You saw the red flags. You felt the gut-wrenching moments where something inside you screamed, something isn't right. And what did you do? You ignored it. You silenced that voice. You chose to believe in them despite all the evidence telling you not to. And that's the part you have to accept if you're ever going to move forward. Because as long as you keep blaming them, as long as you keep pointing fingers at how cruel, how selfish, how heartless they were, you'll never truly be free. Because guess what? There will always be people like them in the world. People who lie, who manipulate, who use others like stepping stones. You can't change them, but you can change yourself. You can stop allowing it. You can stop handing out second chances like candy to people who don't even deserve a first one. You can stop pretending that they hold the power when, in reality, it's been in your hands this entire time. Because the truth is, every time you let them back in, every time you give them another chance, another opportunity to prove they're not who they showed you they are, you're not just betraying yourself. You're teaching them. You're teaching them that it's okay to hurt you. You're showing them that they can cross the line, step over your boundaries, shatter your trust, and all they have to do is say the right words, shed the right number of tears, and you'll fold. And once they know that, once they see how easy it is to manipulate you, you will be their favorite target. Because that's what you are to them, a target. You think they see you as a person? No. They see you as a weakness they can exploit. They see you as someone who's too soft, too forgiving, too unwilling to do what needs to be done. And that's why they keep coming back. Not because they love you, not because they miss you, but because they know you'll let them. And as long as you let them, as long as you refuse to close the door and lock it behind them, they'll keep coming through it, each time with a sharper knife, each time with a crueler game. And the only way to stop it, the only way to finally break free, you have to be done, not halfway done. Not I'll block them for a little while and see if they change done. No, I mean really done. The kind of done where their name doesn't even exist in your world anymore. The kind of done where their number is deleted, their messages are unread, their apologies are nothing but empty noise in the background of your new life. Because if you give them any opening, any chance, they will take it. They will test you. And the second you hesitate, the second you let nostalgia or guilt or misplaced kindness cloud your judgment, you've already lost. You think walking away is cruel? You think cutting people off is heartless? No. What's cruel is allowing yourself to be used. What's heartless is betraying yourself over and over again just to keep someone who has already shown you they don't deserve you. You don't owe them closure. You don't owe them a chance to explain. You don't owe them anything. Because when they betrayed you, when they looked you in the eyes and chose to cross that line anyway, they made it clear you never mattered to them. So why should they matter to you now? You ever notice how people only call you cold or selfish when you stop letting them take advantage of you? The second you put up boundaries, the second you say enough, suddenly you're the bad guy. Isn't that funny? Where was all that concern when they were hurting you? Where was their guilt when they were breaking you? Where was their conscience when they watched you suffer because of their actions? It didn't exist. And it still doesn't. They don't care that they hurt you. They only care that they lost control over you. So stop feeling guilty. Stop feeling like you owe them anything. You don't owe loyalty to people who disrespected yours. You don't owe forgiveness to people who took your kindness and spat on it. You don't owe an explanation to people who never bothered to explain themselves when they were tearing you apart. The only person you owe something to is yourself. And what you owe yourself is freedom. Because the truth is, they didn't just cross the line once. No, that first betrayal, that was just the beginning. They tested you. They saw how much they could get away with. And when you forgave them, when you let them back in, that was all the proof they needed. Proof that you were someone they could manipulate. Proof that they could do it again and again and again, and you'd still be there, waiting with open arms, hoping they'd be different this time. But they won't be different. They'll just be smarter. They'll just learn how to hide their lies better, how to twist their words in a way that makes you second guess yourself, how to turn the tables so that suddenly you're the one apologizing. You're the one begging. You're the one feeling guilty for reacting to the pain they caused. That's the game. And as long as you keep playing, you will keep losing. So let me ask you, one last time, are you finally done? Are you finally going to stop betraying yourself for people who would never do the same for you? Or are you going to keep handing them the same knife they stabbed you with, hoping that one day they'll decide to put it down. Because let me tell you something, they won't. They will take that knife and they will use it. And this time, they'll make sure you don't get up. And that's what they want, isn't it? To make sure you don't get up. To make sure that when they're done with you, when they've sucked the last bit of life out of you, there's nothing left. No fight, no resistance, no will to rise. Because if you stay down, if you stay broken, then they win. And that's what this is about. It's not love. It's not regret. It's not some tragic misunderstanding where they didn't mean to hurt you. No, it's control. It's always been about control. And the second you understand that, the second you see them for what they truly are, you realize you were never in a relationship, never in a friendship, never in anything real. No, you were in a game, a sick, twisted game where the only rule was, how much can they take before you finally snap? And you played your role perfectly, didn't you? You let them. You let them take everything. Your time, your energy, your trust, your sanity. And they drained you dry, piece by piece, smiling while they did it. Then when you were at your lowest, when you had nothing left to give, they threw you away like trash. And now they come back. Why? Because they see you standing up. They see you healing. They see you realizing that you never needed them in the first place. And that scares them. Because the moment you see through their lies, the moment you understand what they really are, they lose all power over you. So they come back with their apologies, their excuses, their empty words dripping with the same poison they fed you before. And they watch, they wait. Because if you let them back in, if you forgive them, then they win. Again. And this time, they'll make sure you don't get another chance to walk away. They'll break you in a way that you don't recover from. Because that's what they do. They take, and they take, and they take. And the second you have nothing left, they leave. Then, when you finally start to rebuild, when you finally start to breathe again, they come back and pretend they've changed. But it's never about changing. It's about making sure you never get stronger than them. Because the moment you do, the moment you finally say, I don't need you anymore, they become powerless. And they can't handle that. So tell me, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep letting them win? Keep letting them rewrite the story? Keep letting them convince you that there's something they're not? Or are you going to wake up? Are you going to look them in the eyes and finally say, no more? Because that's the only way this ends. You don't get closure. You don't get a moment where they finally admit they were wrong, where they break down in tears and beg for your forgiveness in a way that actually means something. No, that's a fantasy. The reality is, They'll never admit what they did to you. They'll never take responsibility. They'll never feel guilt, because that would require a heart, and people like that, they don't have one. So stop waiting. Stop hoping. Stop thinking there's some magical moment where everything will suddenly make sense, where all the pain they put you through will be justified, where you'll finally understand why they did what they did. You won't. Because there is no reason, there is no excuse, there is no justification for what they did to you. They hurt you because they could, because they wanted to. And the only way to make sure it never happens again, walk away and never look back. Because the truth is, they did cross the line, and they will do it again, unless you finally find the strength to end the cycle. And that's what you have to understand. It is a cycle, a pattern, repeating itself over and over like a snake eating its own tail. And you've been caught in the middle of it, convinced that this time, something would be different. But nothing changes. Nothing ever changes. Because people like them, they don't evolve. They don't wake up one morning with a conscience. They don't suddenly see the damage they've done and decide to become better. No, they remain exactly as they are, calculating, self-serving, hollow. They take and they take. And when there's nothing left, they move on to the next victim. And yet, you still sit there, staring at your phone, waiting for a message that will never come, waiting for an apology that will never be real, waiting for a moment of clarity that will never arrive. Because here's the truth. The apology you want, it's not coming. The closure you think you need, it doesn't exist. The justice you're hoping for, it won't happen. Because people like them, they don't lose sleep over what they did. They don't spend nights regretting the pain they caused. No, that's your job. That's your punishment for caring too much, for trusting too deeply, for believing in a soul that never existed in the first place. And that's the part that burns, doesn't it? That you gave so much of yourself to someone who was never capable of giving anything back. That you invested your time, your heart, your love into something that was never real. And now, all you're left with is a handful of broken memories and a voice in your head whispering, what was it all for? But that's the wrong question. The question isn't, what was it for? The question is, what are you going to do now? Are you going to sit in the ruins, sifting through the ashes of something that was never meant to last? Or are you going to rise? Are you going to walk away and let them rot in the grave they dug for themselves? Because let me tell you something. When you finally leave, when you finally stop giving them access to your mind, your energy, your life, that's when they lose. That's when all their little mind games, all their manipulation, all their attempts to break you crumble into nothing. Because the only power they ever had was the power you gave them. And that's the part you don't want to admit, isn't it? That they didn't control you. You let them. That they didn't steal your peace. You handed it to them. That they didn't just break your heart. You gave it to them, knowing damn well they never had the hands to hold it. And that's what eats at you in the quiet moments, in the dead of night, when the world is silent, and the only voice left is your own. The realization that you saw the warning signs and ignored them, that you excused their lies, justified their actions, allowed the betrayal to happen right in front of you. And now you have two choices. You can let that realization destroy you. Let it chain you to the past, keep you trapped in a loop of self-hatred and regret. Or you can use it. You can let it fuel you. Let it be the fire that burns away every last trace of weakness, every last ounce of naivety, every last illusion you had about who they were. Because once you see the truth, really see it, there's no going back. There's no more second guessing. No more, maybe they'll change. No more, what if I just try harder? No. That part of you, it dies here. Because the moment you truly understand what they are, the moment you finally stop pretending that there's anything worth saving, that's the moment you win. And don't you dare feel guilty about it. Don't you dare let them or anyone else tell you that walking away is selfish, that cutting them off is cruel. Because where was that concern when they were tearing you apart? Where was all that moral high ground when they were lying to you, using you, betraying you? No, the time for mercy is over. The time for understanding is over. This is about survival now. This is about standing up and saying, I refuse to be a victim anymore. Because the truth is, they never expected you to leave. They never thought you had it in you. They were so sure that they had broken you beyond repair, so convinced that no matter how many times they crossed the line, you'd still be there, waiting with open arms. And when they realize that you're done, that you finally had enough, that's when you'll see their true nature. That's when the mask slips. Because the moment they see you slipping through their fingers, the moment they realize they no longer have control over you, that's when they panic. That's when they start the begging, the love bombing, the sudden declarations of regret. Not because they mean it, not because they actually feel anything, but because they're losing their grip. And this is where you need to be strong. This is where you need to hold the line and not let them back in. Because they will try. Oh, they will try. They will play every card, use every trick, say every word they know will pull at your heartstrings. And if you're not careful, if you're not ready, you will fall right back into the trap. And then it starts all over again. The cycle, the pain, the betrayal, the regret. So tell me, isn't it time to break free? Isn't it time to finally say, enough? Isn't it time to stop waiting for them to change and start changing yourself instead? Because the only thing standing between you and freedom is you. The moment you decide you've had enough, that's the moment you take your power back. That's the moment they become nothing. And trust me, nothing is exactly what they deserve. So walk away. And this time, don't look back.